Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Beyond Rhetoric podcast. So, with that said, Happy New Year. It is 2025 now, and we want to thank everybody who's been listening to the second season in 2024. Please get caught up with all the episodes. It's been a really good year. But with that said, this coming year, we have a few episodes on their way, and one of them is going to be about a young man who just joined our Beyond Rhetoric board. His name is Peyton Tomlin, and Mr. Peyton Tomlin goes by PT, a wonderful person who gives back to the community. We also have a recap on our auction that we did in November. Really good time, really turned out well. And we have a lot of folks that were a part of that effort speaking on the podcast. But for today's show, we have Mr. Kelly Logan. Mr. Kelly Logan is an amazing speaker. He gives so much of himself to the community. He has an effort to change the lives of those who've been affected by gun violence, just as he has with losing his daughter. We hope you really enjoy the show. It's a lot to take in, it's really heavy, but there's so much beauty in the struggle and the way he's taken his pain and grief and help others through their pain and grief and then give back to make change has been absolutely phenomenal. So we want to give him his flowers and we want to give you an opportunity to hear his story and what he's still doing today. So with all that said, let's go beyond the rhetoric. All right. So what we have today on the show is we have, or who we have today on the show is the one and only uh, Kelly Logan. The
Yes,
man is amazing. I don't say that because he's my cousin through marriage, but I've seen him give to so many people, be a part of so many organizations, connect so many lives together. He is an amazing human being. And
thank
so
you.
we wanted to have him on the show to kind of talk about what he's done for us dealing with Beyond Rhetoric, but also talk about his organization. And Cousin Kelly,
Yes, sir. Yes,
thank you
sir.
for being on. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you allowing me to be on the show. I'm really proud of you for having this podcast and having great information to be able to just help the communities and families and the country because it is so needed. Anything that's positive in this country is always needed because there's so many negative things and negative thoughts and just negative information, and we just need some positive in our life. We can't just constantly keeping having negative look on the news every day and all day, and there's something negative that's going on. So again, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this podcast. I'm looking forward to just talking with you and whatever it takes for us to hopefully change some lives. That's why we do what we do.
Amen.
Yes,
Amen.
sir.
So tell us about your organization that you're a part of and that you started.
Okay. Well, I have an organization. It was birth back. Unfortunately, my daughter was shot and killed at the age of 16. Her name was Latrice Logan. And maybe a couple months before, maybe a month before Christmas, I decided to take something that was so negative in my life because my whole life almost changed with me personally. And I said, what can I do to build a better relationship with my other children, with the community. So I said to myself, you know what? Let me start an organization called Stop Drop Your Gun Incorporated, and it was birthed right before Christmas of 2003. And I decided, and I promised to Latrice and to God that I was going to change lives. I didn't care what I had to do. I was going to change lives. If I had to walk because I didn't have no vehicle, I was going to change lives. So I decided to start an organization called Stop Drop Your Gun Incorporated. I started off with about 4 members. My family wasn't sure. They was like, "What? Okay." They wasn't sure, but they believed in me, and they knew if it had something to do with Latrice Logan's name, keeping her name not in vain, um, they were going to be involved. So it started off with just a group, just a little small group. We had a Christmas dinner. We just celebrated that way, and then we started doing having meetings. Then all of a sudden, things just started blowing up, and I started traveling all over the country, speaking about gun violence, gang awareness, bullying, really anything our kids are going through. And I've been doing this since 2003. And I'm really excited about this year coming up. We did do a few different things. We rebranded the name of our organization to Teresa's Dream. Teresa's Dream. And what that basically is it allows us to get more grants, allow us to be a little bit more open, not just in gun violence, but really anything that our kids are going through, man, from suicide to gun violence to gang awareness to bullying. We could be able to be involved with all kinds of stuff. Because a lot of times when people just heard the name of Stop Dropping Gun, they immediately just thought it was just gun. So we decided just to rebrand our name a little bit, and we changed it to Teresa's Dream. And now in 2024, we're excited. We had a really good year. Unfortunately, let me just say that. Unfortunately, we had a good year. We had a chance to meet a lot of families. Unfortunately, because when we have to meet families, it's not because it's a good thing. Unfortunately, people lose their children through gun violence, to suicide, and we actually go and knock on their doors and we go and support their families. And that's what we've been doing, encouraging families, never discouraging. And of course, the other piece of it is me speaking. I travel all over the country and I speak about gun violence, gang awareness, bullying, again, anything that our kids are going through. And one of the things that I do, the most important thing is I encourage, never discourage. I'm not one of those speakers like to break people down first, and then bring them up. Because I believe in sometimes when you break them down, it's just like working out. You really never know. If you're not taking that protein, guess what? Your muscles are not building.
Mm,
So it's just like it's just like a kid. If I'm breaking them down, and nobody is else going behind me or to encourage them and keep on encouraging them, that breakdown may stay down, if that makes
mm.
sense.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so I encourage our young people. I decided, I'm not that type of speaker to never break a kid down to be able to uplift them. I uplift them the whole time I'm speaking. Yeah, I get deep and I encourage, but I never put a kid down, regardless what they're going through, how they're going through it, and all that good stuff.
Wow. So you speak all around the country. Um, where is your home base that you're pretty much door knocking, being amongst
Yes.
people who had losses in the community? Where's normally that at?
Well, home base is Broad County, New Jersey. We don't have a actual building per se yet, and please keep us in prayer because we are looking for a building to
Will
say
do.
it's our home. And when we get that place, it'll be a safe haven. It's not just going to be Kelly's office and my organization's office because we have too many of those. The doors are locked. We need something that is open where a kid comes in and say, "I need help." So until then, we do everything from outside. If I have to have a meeting, of course I come into my home or to a library or a comfortable spot to be able to have meetings and to be able to talk to our young people.
And you do a lot of work in the Philadelphia area, though, right?
Yes, yes, I do a lot of my speaking engagements out of Philadelphia.
Amazing. So what made you come all the way down to Maryland and speak at a detention center in Baltimore?
Well, see, I believe that our world is not too big. And the reason why I say it that way is because if somebody like yourself asks me that you need me to come and speak, I'm coming. I don't care what it takes. I'm coming. It's not always about the money. I'm still coming. It's always about, our young people. If there's young people, I'm coming because I'm sick and tired of being tired of our young people are dying. and being destroyed. So my goal again is to be able to encourage. So yes, when I came to Maryland, I was excited about it because of you, and secondly because I want everybody to hear me. I want everyone to know that I care for them, and I treat them as if they're Latrice. To me, every young person is Latrice. Latrice was 16 years of age. Latrice is no longer here. So what I decided to do is just to be able to encourage people. Is what would I have done if Latrice was home? If Latrice was here? So I treat every human being, every young person that hear the sound of my voice. I treat them as if they were Latrice. So I would really go anywhere and everywhere if anybody asks me to come, and I can afford it, or if they want to pay me, you know, I would get there. And that's why I came to Maryland because um, kids need to be loved on.
Mm. And I'm gonna share what I remember about that session, but
Hmm.
I wanted to ask you, what do you remember about that time in there?
Well, the wonderful thing about it is that when I came to that location, you know, people like because they say, "Oh, it's a juvenile detention. Ah, they're not gonna be listening. Ah, they're gonna be doing A, B, and C." Listen, that group of kids, man, regardless of how hard some of them thought they were, things, man, those kids listen. They paid attention. They focused on my voice. They focused on everything I said to them. They had great questions. And, anytime you can be able to go to a place like that, and it's funny. People say, oh, that's in the juvenile detention center. It's supposed to act that way because the correctional officer is going to get on their butts. No, them correction officers or whoever the staff was, they were comfortable. They didn't have to worry about these kids. After they saw them kids looking at me, eyes to eye on me, man, I enjoyed myself to the utmost because they had great questions and they were listening.
Hmm.
Sometimes I go to regular public schools or even community centers, and they're not locked up.
Hmm.
And they all over the place. But they just showed me so much respect and love while I was there. Um, they took everything I said was seriously. People called me sir. When I got finished speaking and the kids were leaving, the hardcore guys that think they're really hard, they came up to me by themselves and said, "Yo, man, I appreciate everything you said." So everybody found a way to say something to me, thanking me for coming out. So I just had a great time, man. They're amazing. I will come again if you want me to come. I'm always there to support that detention center.
Yeah, the thing I remember the most about it was how vulnerable you were,
Hmm.
and how you relived the whole story again,
Right,
and looking out, because I was standing next to you looking out at the audience and just seeing so many people captivated by you sharing your heart,
right,
and just, man, and the way you act everything out, it's almost like you're going right back into that situation. As painful as it is,
right,
you said the words, "I'm here to encourage you, not discourage you," a
right,
number of times over and over again till they really caught on,
right,
and it's like I'm trying to give you lessons and give you guidance so you can be better.
right,
Not to shame you, but so you
right.
can be better.
That's right.
And it left an open door for them to feel comfortable to come up to you. The
Right,
questions that they asked, I, I,
right.
I was just amazed. And you
Hmm.
had no reservation in answering them,
Right,
whatever it was.
right,
Um, yeah, even some of it made me squeamish, and just hearing seeing you being so comfortable to say, "Hey, yes, I'll let you know what happened. I'll tell you about
yeah,
this. I'll tell you about these things." And then you shared some other stories dealing with what you've seen as a detective, dealing with who's got your back. I
right.
remember that as well.
Hmm.
And man, everybody in the room was just, you could hear a pin drop when you
Right,
shared about that story, and
right.
you were telling them, "Hey, be careful on who you think your boy is,
That's right.
because that may not be the situation,"
That's
you
right.
know?
That's
And
right.
I was astounded. I
Well,
know
thank
they
you.
definitely didn't forget about anything that you taught dealing with lessons that day, because
Great.
you really touched their hearts.
Great.
you know.
Great.
And I appreciate it, and definitely once I'm able to get things set up again, I'll have you come back
Most
again because
definitely.
there's always a need,
Right.
always a need.
Right. Appreciate it.
So yeah, no doubt. So the next thing I want to ask you is what drives you to keep doing this, because you've been doing this for years and you
Yes.
see so much um heartache and so much pain as you're trying to bring comfort and almost give people a light to say, hey, life will go on.
Right.
And it's about remembering this person and celebrating their life even through this tragedy.
Right.
But man, that has to wear on you as time
Hmm.
goes on. So I just want to know what drives you and gets you up for doing this over and over again.
Well, one of the things is because when you have a young person ask you to come to the side and say, "Hey, listen, I'm sick and tired of being tired. Here's here's my gun." When you could take a gun off the street, and when you understand that that gun equals 9 lives, 12 lives, it depends on what city you're living in. Um, that motivates me because when somebody, an older adult, say to me, "Why you do what you do?" Because I'm saving your son's life. I'm saving your daughter's life. And they go, "Well, you keep on doing what you're doing then." And so that would encourage me and to motivate me to be able to keep on doing what I'm doing. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Every time I speak, it breaks me down to a
Mhm.
point where I need to go home and rest. I need to go to the cemetery, talk to my daughter, and so my daughter can tell me, "Well done, Dad."
Mm,
I'm gonna be honest with you, and that's like fuel. Like for you charge it with your electrical, but for me, I put gas in my car. That's me to fuel up. I have to fuel myself up. So sometimes I have to go to the cemetery and talk to my daughter. Let her tell me, "Well done. I'm proud of you."
mm,
You know, even with when young people say, "Yo, hey, listen, I just want to let you know I was thinking about killing myself today or
mm,
tonight." I've had that happen to me where people come to me and tell me that they were thinking about killing themselves. So is it about me now? It's not about me now. No more longer. It's about me. It's about these young people. So I gotta forget about myself. Concentrate on these young people. Even though I could be sick and tired, I could be tired. I can feel weak and stuff like that. But God has my back, brother. Let me tell you, when I
mm,
tell you He has my back, He has my back. And I'm sure I know that sometimes our flesh say we weak, but God finds a way to make us strong. So
mhm,
when I be able to go, when I go out and speak, I know God has my back. God's not going to make me fall out and pass out while I'm speaking because the young person needs to hear my word. It's not a spiritual. I'm not speaking like God, this, amazing grace, this and that. I'm speaking a word of encouragement, the street words that they need
right.
to hear to let them know that I'm real as can be.
Mhm,
You understand what I'm saying? So that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me growing, watching my young people to tell me that you know what, I'm sick and tired of being tired, and that's why I keep on doing what I'm doing. That's what motivates me to get up, to be able to speak. That's why it motivates me to do this podcast because you never know who's listening on this podcast. A
right.
kid could be in the background while the parents are listening to this, and a kid listens, say, "Well, let me hear what this guy is saying."
Mm,
Even you, whatever, you could be speaking on something about anything, but there's somebody, you just saved somebody's life. That's why I say it's important. This is a ministry, what you're doing. I don't care if you're speaking about finances. I don't care what you're speaking about, just anything. But I know you as a person, you're going to speak positive things. So whatever it is, it's positive. So I do think it's important for us to stay strong, to stay uplifted, and to be able to keep on doing what we're doing because it is hard at times. But
mhm.
God has my back, brother, and that's
Amen.
why I keep on doing what I'm doing.
Amen. It is almost, it makes me go back to this this biblical phrase that they talk about carrying your cross,
Hmm.
right? Sacrificing for others and
Right.
sacrificing yourself
That's right.
for the betterment of other people.
Hmm.
And you are a living and walking testament of that,
Well, thank
uh,
you.
my brother, my cousin.
Yes,
So,
sir.
what's been a positive memory or a result from that you go back and look at your career dealing with this organization? Anything that you
Mhm.
wanted to highlight that was like, hey, when this happened, man, this let me know
Yeah.
I'm so doing this on the right track, and I'm so happy for this.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. When I send off texts to my board and my members, my organization, and when they acknowledge everything that I do, even come to our meetings, and when they walk into my house, and when we have meetings, I am so impressed by that.
Mm,
The little things that we don't even think about. I am so impressed by when people decided that my organization is worth being a part of.
mm,
You understand? Like I'm having a meeting, a dinner meeting on December 27th, and it's really to just to encourage them for what they've done for 2024 and talk about what we're going to be doing in 2025. And and that's my way of to be able to encourage them because I have out of 14 members, board members, five members have children have lost their. I'm sorry, they lost their children due to gun violence,
mm,
and they're part of my organization. They want to be a part of something. So when I see them come to my house smiling, hugging me, I feel like I did something to be able to put that smile on their face. You know what I'm saying?
hmm.
Because when you lose a child through the gun violence, somebody had to kill that child, right?
Right.
That could be so. That means that parent might have hate in their life. They might have hate, like I want to kill that kid that killed my child.
Mm,
But my goal is to be able to teach them forgiveness. My goal is to be able, if they can't learn how to forgive, but at least allow them to stay encouraged, to put a smile on their face. Because man, I've been to every one of the people that are part of my board and are members of my organization. I've been to the house when they are falling to their knees, crying,
mm,
want to die, and they come to my house with a smile on their face. Now, so
mm,
that's what makes me feel good when they come to my house, when I'm my board with my members, they come and we break bread together, we laugh, we joke. We're not always just talking about our children, but we're just having a good time. That's what makes me know that my organization, God used me as that tool to be able to help them to be who they are today.
wow, that's beautiful because not only do you have people who are volunteering to go through this with you,
Hmm.
who may not have lost a loved one, but
Yes,
then you have people that have lost a loved one and said, you know what, I may have to replay and go through this pain over again to help other people
yes,
deal with their pain, and I'm willing to go through that. And
yes,
that is so amazing and so
yes.
beautiful and so selfless as well. So
Thank
selfless.
you.
So thank you so much for your organization and what they
Well,
do.
thank
So
you.
I want to ask you a couple of lighter questions
Okay.
as we get ready to wrap up. Is there anything dealing with like fundraisers or events that you're doing or engagements that you want to promote?
Right.
That you have going on, anything
Right.
dealing with your social media page, web page,
Right.
anything that you want to push out there about your
Well,
organization?
well, thanks for asking that because that is important information. As of right now, we are working on a new website for 2025. Hopefully, the goal is to be live by January 20th. January 15th, they're going to be actually building it, preparing it, and we're going to go live by January 20th for our website. We also going to we have social media, but the person that's going to be working on our website will actually build our social media pages into our website, so it can go to both. And so we're going to be actually doing revisiting that. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. It will have our calendar information about what's next, what's going on. Um, um, so yeah, so we have a lot of things going on this year for 2025. I know we have Brian. You ever heard of Brian Courtney Wilson? He's
Mm-mm.
a gospel. When we get a chance, YouTube him. Brian Courtney Wilson. We're actually about to put him in have a concert, gospel concert.
Hey.
Um, yeah, so we're gonna have him in concert in Burlington Township, Burlington City, New Jersey. Um, so we have a lot of things going on. We're planning on another gala. Um, we're planning on a lot of things right now. Planning because this is 2025 coming up. So we're actually having a meeting, and we'll then put everything on a calendar, dates and times. But at this point in time, we don't have anything on schedule for 2025. So we
All right.
ended our last event with Lawnside Police Department. We did a couple things with them. We did a protect and serve breakfast at Lawnside, New Jersey, with the police department. We had several hundred kids and seniors come out, and we fed them breakfast. The police officers walked around and served them breakfast. That's why it was called protect and serve. So,
Mm,
so, so yeah, so we did that. We do it about two or three different type of protect and serve breakfasts every year, where uh, we do different townships. So different township police departments will support it, and then they will help serve breakfast to the young people. We also, like I said, we're planning on having another gala coming up in 2025. And like I told you about the gospel concert, we plan on having that in April. So we have a lot of different things that we're going to be involved in, but we won't probably know any dates until um, after our meeting in January.
okay. Well, let me know when you get the website.
Yes,
Give me the link. I'll put it in the show notes. All
yes,
those types
thank
of
you.
things dealing with all your events. All right. Cuz we'll end off on this question. So, one of the things I like to do is ask something light to say to get people in the audience to know you. So, is there anything that you're reading right now? Any shows that you're binging? Any movie that you just watched that you want to kind of share to kind of give a little insight on who you are?
um, it's funny you say that. So, you ever heard of Yellowstone?
The park, the
N-
state park.
n- yeah, well, yeah, but it's an
Yeah.
actual movie called Yellowstone State Park. It's really about the state park, and I've been binging on this for the last 30 days. I probably had at least watched over 150 shows already. Yeah, I can sit and watch 10 hours on that show. Just let it repeat and then run to the bathroom or run and get something to eat and go back, sit down, and watch Yellowstone. So
And
that's
this
my
is all about just the park.
well, it's about the part, but it's really about these cowboys. You
Oh.
know, yeah, you have to check it out. It's pretty deep. I really enjoy it. Some people probably say, you really watch this? I'm like, yeah, I really watched this. And then my huge shows that I like to watch is um, Chicago Cops and Chicago Med and Chicago Fire. Those are my best. And SWAT. I can watch that all day long from the time I wake up until it's time to go to bed too.
That's all on
So
NBC, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so you an
yeah.
NBC type
But don't
person.
tell nobody this part. It's a secret. The
Okay.
secret is this: on Mondays, if the Eagles are not playing, I'm not watching no Monday Night Football. I'm watching Chicago or something like that, or Yellowstone. I'm not even watching football. People say, "You're not watching football on Mondays?" No, the Eagles not playing every Monday. So why watch it? so so I
Yes,
don't,
indeed.
unfortunately, I love my Eagles.
Hmm.
If I watch two, three NFL games a week, that's a lot. Because if the
Mm,
Eagles are not, if it's a buy for me too. So that means
gotcha.
I'm binging on every Yellowstone, every anything I think is good. I'm watching for the next 24 hours.
Okay, okay. Well, well,
Books wise, I like to read. I'm more of a spiritual, motivational type of book. I like
hmm
the spiritual, motivational type of guys. Les Brown, them guys. I love encouragement words and things of that nature. So that's what I really love to do when I'm actually if I'm sitting down meditating or relaxing. I'll sit down, or of course now you can put it on your phone and
Yep.
you can read from your phone. So I'm into that.
So I'll share one thing. So I just finished the audiobook on I believe his name is Draymond Jones. He's the creator of Fubu, one of the creators of
Yes,
Fubu.
greatest. Yes.
Yeah, and it was on Shark Tank.
Hmm.
And so I just did his audiobook, and it was all about the creation of Fubu
Wow.
and the to see where that brother came from
Wow.
and what he did to put together a clothing line and all the people he knew and all the stuff he had to deal with in the streets and how he still
Yes,
kept coming back and giving people jobs and helping people out. And then to the point to say, all right, I need to open up opportunities for other minorities
that's
out
right.
there who do not know the ways of business.
That's right.
Um, Amazing, amazing. But man,
Wow.
he went through it. he went
Wow.
he went through it. And
Wow.
to see him still have love for so many people and want to give himself up for educating people to
Right.
open doors.
Right.
It's really good. So if you get a
Yeah.
chance,
I will.
it's on Audible, and it's called I believe it's called the design of Fubu or creating Fubu. It's something like that. But yeah, he
Wow.
does the whole narration.
Wow. Well,
Yes, indeed.
I have to tell you this, and um, in 2025, my plan is to write my book. I have a
Hey.
I have a book in my head. It's been in my head since 2003, and somebody motivated me a couple weeks ago, and she told me that she would help me get this book because some people are blessed with writing skills and
Hmm.
all that good stuff. I wasn't blessed with the writing skills piece. And so, I mean, I write okay, but I'm not the best. So that's what caused me this. That's what discouraged me because I have a book in my head that I've been wanting to write. Um, and I was motivated to write it. So I'm going to start really sitting down the next couple of weeks and just focus on how I want this book to be written. And
Mm,
hopefully, before the next 6 months or so, I can have this book and we can come together and talk about that.
yes.
And, so it's going to be about what I do in my organization, but it's going to be a very extremely great motivational book for all young people and adults.
Wow. How many people know about this?
Well, not many.
Man, this is like a world premiere. It's like we
Yes,
breaking news.
yeah,
We breaking news.
it is
Hey.
breaking news because the last time I talked about this was probably in 2004.
Wow. Okay.
Yes,
Well, you know what? I'm glad that you shared this
yes,
here
yes,
with me and
yes,
with
yes,
our audience.
yes,
So yes. So we will be back when
yes,
you are done with your book. And
most
you know what?
definitely.
In the time, and you know what? I love technology. The time is right
Yes,
because now we got all these things with Gen AI that can actually help you
that's
write the
right.
book
That's
and
that's what's
everything.
motivated
Help you.
me.
No doubt.
Uh,
No doubt. That's right,
yeah,
man.
that's what's
That's right.
motivated me.
We in that
So
day and age. Well,
yeah,
cousin Kelly Logan, thank you so much for your time.
yes,
Thank
yes,
you so much for your openness and your vulnerability,
yes,
sharing your story and talking about your
yes,
organization. We
yes,
appreciate you being on the show. I want to give you the
yes.
last word.
Well, again, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this podcast. It's an awesome thing that you're doing. Anytime you need me, I will be there for you. And I've heard you say that to me also. And so I only deal with people who are real people. And the first time I met you, my brother, I knew you was real.
Mm.
You can't play spades like me, but I know you real.
Wait a second, didn't we win?
No.
I'm sorry, man. No, man. Hold on. Didn't we win? I could have
Yes.
sworn I
Yes.
got the.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. We did win.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay, all right. Here we go. Here we go. All right.
So,
So I already know. I already know. I'm gonna bring my deck when
oh
I come
yes.
down.
Oh yes.
I'm bringing my cards
Oh
now.
yes.
You done
Oh
threw it.
yes.
Mm,
Yes, that's right. That's right.
love you
So
dearly, man.
I
Love
love
you
you too.
dearly.
I love you
Thank you
too.
so much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the episode. If you are listening to this on a podcast, whether it be Spotify or Apple, please leave us a review. We would love to hear from you. We love to hear your comments, whatever you want to say. We would love to just hear from you. If you're watching this on YouTube or Instagram or some other social media platform, leave a comment. We also would love to hear back from you and get a good understanding of what you think of the shows, especially this one. So, with all that said, please come to our website, see the things that we have going on, go to our social media pages, you can check out what we're doing in the community. And we love to be able to help you become a volunteer and help out with juvenile detention centers here in the state of Maryland. We hope you enjoy your night, your day, or wherever you're at. Take care and continue to go beyond the rhetoric. Oh, man, how are you feeling right now?
I'm doing well. I'm
Yeah,
doing real well. Yep.
you look well too, man.
I'm trying, man. Only thing's hurting my knees. My
Oh
knees.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
knees.
tell you, right now, man, I'm so I had too much. I had this soup that they make, and then I had this pretzel bread with this butter on it, man.
Mm.
So good. You know, there's gonna be just more steps on the stairmaster this weekend.
Yep, that's right.
You know how it is. You know. So I'm gonna have to burn it off, man. But yeah, I'm stuffed like a turkey right now.
I know that's right.